File Test 6. Listening 1. 1.
I was so excited when I became a student and moved into my first apartment of my own. I really enjoyed living with my roommates and cooking for myself, but the one big problem I had was the bed. It was so uncomfortable. I just couldn't get used to it. I finally gave up and started sleeping on the floor. It was a lot more comfortable.
2.
When I moved to the city, I had a terrible time with the loud traffic outside. I just couldn't get used to it, especially at nighttime. I would lie awake for hours. But then a friend suggested I play some calming music at bedtime to reduce the effect of the noise from outside. Thankfully, it worked. If it hadn't, I think I would have moved somewhere quieter.
3.
The worst time I've ever had trying to sleep was when I was on a gap year in Australia. You know those Australian birds that make really loud noises, the kookaburras? Well, they start communicating with each other early. I mean, really early, about 5 o'clock in the morning. And my apartment was next to a park. There was a tree right outside my bedroom window, and I'd be woken up by those noisy things every day. No matter what I did, I couldn't block out the sound.
4.
I'd never had a problem sleeping until I moved to Canada. I knew the daylight hours in summer are much longer up north. But what I hadn't realized is that there's virtually no darkness at all. The first year, I ended up getting what the locals call summer fever. I had so much energy, and I just didn't feel like I needed any sleep. I started to go a little crazy, but now I'm used to it.
5. My weirdest experience with sleep was when I went to New Zealand. You know, the time difference is huge compared to the U.S., so I expected to feel the effects, but I hadn't realized how much. That first night, I'd fallen asleep almost immediately because I was so tired from traveling. I thought I'd sleep for hours, but in the middle of the night, I woke up suddenly, and I was wide awake. Later that day, I fell asleep during lunch.